Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna be showing you 5 settings to make your Hoopland experience a little bit better. So yeah, let's just get into the video, of course. Now first of all, if you want to improve your shooting in this game, there are actually 2 types of shot style. So this is the first setting. Make sure to put it on timing, because if you put this on real player percentage, it's not gonna be basing it off your shot release, but instead, of course, just the name said, it goes on by the player percentage and how high their attributes is. So you're gonna put this into timing because it relies on your shot timing. And next of all, we move on to shot speed. Now of course, when you want a better experience, now of course you're gonna put this into 0.5. Now this is based off the difficulty, so if you want your game to be harder, you put it into 1x, and if you want your game to be easier, you want to put this on 0.5. Now the reason why I put this on 0.5 is because it's gonna be by far the most realistic, shooting in this game. Now if you put this on 1.0, of course it's gonna go into real time, and you're gonna shoot real time also. It's not gonna slow the game down. And if you put this on 0.5, it's gonna slow your game down when you're shooting. So this makes it way more easier, and then you have more time to actually time your shots. Now the next settings, so if you want the best play experience, of course if you don't have a controller, I recommend is to put this button opacity to 25%. Now the reason why you put this at 25%, because if you put it on 50, it's gonna block your screen and it's gonna be like strange to play, and you don't want the buttons to be covering your screen because it might be a little bit distracting. Now the second setting is, this one is called defensive assistance. Now of course it by default is going to be turned on. Now of course if you want to play defense by yourself without any assistance from the game, it's better to turn this off, because now you can move freely instead of the game automatically moving you to guard your defender. And of course this can also go for defensive auto switch. So if you don't want the game to be automatically switching you from player to player on defense, you want to turn this off. But for me, I'm gonna keep it at on because it's way good for me. Now we have another setting right here. The last setting is you want to put the camera zoom to -1 or to +1. Now if you want your game to be zoomed out, you pick on -1, and if you want your game to be closer to the camera, of course if you want the camera to be closer, you want it at +1. Now if you want to get a good view from the court, I recommend putting this to -1 because I think it's better, so you have a lot of vision on the court. And yeah, now I'm gonna show you extra settings to make your gameplay better. Now first of all is the instant replay. So at default this goes on to high, and you don't want to actually have instant replays every time you shoot shot. So you want to put this into low or off, but I recommend putting it on low. I think it's better at low so that some of your highlights get replayed but not as often. Now lastly, for our extra settings, we have frames per second. So at default is going to be put it at 30, so you want to put this at max. Of course it's very much self-explanatory. You want the best possible gameplay experiences in this game. And of course if you want your game to be smoother, you can turn off dynamic crowd, because this actually hogs up your game and it makes your game lag. So I recommend turning this off, but I want to switch it to on because I want some dynamic crowds. And lastly, I know I keep saying last, but we have the background color. Now of course if you don't want the default blue background of the game, you can change it to any color you'd like. Now for me, I like to put it on white, gray, or I think that's gray. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a lot from this video. And tell me in the comments section which settings you actually didn't know before you watched this video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you at the next video.